Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial I'll be showing you guys how I make this beautiful black ball dress, just exactly as you can see on your screen. These are the materials I used. First, with me here I have this net about 6 yards. This is not a soft baby net, okay? You can see how I'm touching it. That's what the texture feels like. Then also here I have this lace. I have just 1 yard. This is a soft lace. You want to make sure that whatever lace you're getting should not be too harsh on the baby's skin. And of course I have doll face, which is 2 yards here. Another thing you'll be needing is going to be this hard net, which you'll be using to make the gown to ball, and of course your zipper. Now we are going to proceed to draft out the pattern on this pattern paper. The measurements I'm using is for a 1-year-old. I have a tutorial on my channel on size chart, so I'm going to put the link in the description box and in the comment section. You know the age you're making for and use the size accordingly. The first thing we are going to do here is to rule a starting line, which is also going to serve as our shoulder line. So like I said, the measurements I'm using is for a 1-year-old. So for the neck piece, I'm going to mark 2 inches and I'm going to come down by 2 inches from that point. I'll connect these together to get my neckline. On this shoulder line here, I'm going to mark half of the shoulder measurement, which is 4 inches. Come down from that point by 0.5 inch and connect it into the neckline like this. The next thing you're going to do is to mark the armhole depth. For a 1-year-old, I'm going to mark 3.2 inches from the shoulder slope. Take the measurement of what you have from the actual shoulder line to this point, which is 4.2. I'm just going to mark this across my pattern paper to get a straight line. So this right here is my shoulder line and this is the chest line. The next thing I'm going to mark is going to be the waistline. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to mark down the waistline measurement, which is 7 inches. So this is the waistline and this is my front neckline. Coming to this chest line here, you're going to mark quarter of the round chest measurement. So the round chest measurement I'm using is 20 inches and divide that by 4, I have 5 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch for my stitching allowance. Also on this chest line here, you're going to mark half of the shoulder measurement you are using. This is to enable you to get a straight line into the shoulder slope like this. Take what you have from the shoulder slope to the chest line, divide it by 2 like I'm doing here. Mark the midpoint, coming from that point by 0.2 inch. Now you're going to connect this point, and this point together to get your armhole curve. Now extend it into the seam allowance like this. Take the measurement of what you have on your chest line. For me, it is 6 inches. You'll be taking out ½ inch and you'll be marking what you have on the waistline. So I'm marking this at 5.5. Connect these 2 points together. To the waistline, we are going to be adding ½ inch seam allowance, which we'll be using to attach this to the lower part of our dress. I'll not be adding any allowance to the shoulder line because of the style we are making. Now for this style, it has like a sweetheart neckline. So using your curve, just place it like this, almost to the chest line, and then make sure that it meets at the midpoint of the armhole. So I'm just going to create my curve like this. And that's pretty much just it for the front pattern. Another thing I would advise you do here is to take the measurement of what you have from the shoulder slope to this point where you'll be attaching your strap, because we'll be attaching a strap to this dress. And what I have here, this is just to help to give you an idea of how long your strap is going to be. And what I have here is 2.2 inches. And that's pretty much just it for the front pattern. I'll just label this. At this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you would love to hit on that subscribe button and turn on your post notification for more tutorials like this. So just go ahead and cut this out. After cutting it out, we'll just be using the front pattern to cut out the back pattern. So to cut out the back pattern, make sure that you rule your zipper allowance first. I'm using a zipper allowance of 1 inch. Then bring in your front piece and you're going to place it on this zipper allowance line here. For the back, I'm going to be using my chest line, okay? So I'm going to take note of the chest line on this point here and also on this side. I'll connect these together with a straight line. Then I'm going to bring in my front pattern also. Then I'm going to cut this under part and cut it all the way to the side. Then I'll cut following this chest line here. And that's pretty much just it for the back pattern. Now to get the strap length for the back, you know that for the front, from the shoulder slope to this point was 2.2 inches, and the back we used the chest line, so which means for the back we have 4 inches. So the strap for the back is 4 inches, and that 4 inches plus the 2.2 I have there, that is going to give me 6.2. I'm just going to approximate this to 6.5, and like I said, this is going to give us an idea of the length of the strap we should use. Now I'm going to cut this out on my main fabric. Make sure that you cut your front unfold like I've done here. And you can see that I have 2 doll face here. One is going to be for the lining. To attach the lace and the doll face together, all you need to do is to put your hemming gum or the doll face like this. Place your lace on top and you give this a good press for it to stick together. We'll be doing the same thing to the back. Bring out your lace. I'll just be putting the doll face under, and make sure that you put your hemming gum in between them and give it a good press. So after doing that, this is what you should have. You can see that my lace and my doll face are now one. The next thing we are going to do is to join the front and the back together. Make sure that you place them right sides facing each other, and we are going to be stitching it at the sides. Stitch it down at the sides using 1 inch seam allowance. Make sure that whatever you are doing for your front is the same thing you are going to do for the back. After doing that, make sure you give this a good press. Okay, as you can see mine here, we'll be attaching the front and the back together. But before we do that, we are going to insert our straps. So I have 4 straps here. I'll be using 2 on both sides. The first strap, I'm going to be putting it at this point here. And the second strap, I'm going to put it at this point here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we are going to bring in our lining and place it right side to the fabric like this. I'll be stitching down from this point using 1/2 inch all the way to this point here. This is where you're going to stop. After doing that, make sure that you trim off the excess and make a notch around your stitch. Now I'm going to turn this over to the right side, and you can see what we have here. To insert the back strap, the first thing I'm going to do is to come in from the side by 1.5 inch. This is where I'm going to place my first strap, and then from that point I'm going to mark 2.5 inches where I'm going to place my second strap. So for the length of the strap that I want to use, I'll be using 9.5 inches. Remember that in my initial strap length was 6.5. I'm just adding extra to that. So I'm going to use 9.5 inches. I'll cut it, and then I'm going to turn my strap this way and pin it down. I'll do the same thing to this other one here. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Now to stitch this down, I'm going to turn the lining this way, right sides facing each other. We are going to stitch this down from this point, okay, to the side using 1/2 inch seam allowance. But make sure that you leave 1 inch around the zipper areas, 1 inch here, 1 inch here, because we are going to be using the lining to turn the zipper to give a neat inseam finish. So we are going to make a stitch from this point here using 1/2 inch seam allowance all the way to this point. So after doing that, I've gone ahead to give this a really good press, and this is what we have. This is quite easy, right? And the next thing you're going to do here is to cut out the down part, the lower part of the dress. And to do that, we need to take the measurement of what we have around the waistline, and for me here I have 21 inches. To cut out the lower part, we'll be cutting out 2 of it. One is going to be for the lining and one is going to be for the part in front. Now what we are cutting now is the part in front. You can see here that my fabric is already on fold. Now you're going to pick it up from that end to create a triangle just like this. Now you'll be taking the measurement you have from the tip of your triangle to the length to ensure that it's going to be enough for the actual length of your full dress. So what I have here, it's like 24 inches, which is perfectly okay. Now here we are not using any formula because I want to have excess on my waistline so I can pleat it to give more fullness. So what you're going to do is to place the length of your dress plus 1 inch hemming allowance at the length of your triangle. So mine is 21 inches, right? Then you're going to mark your waist measurement, your waistline measurement. The shoulder to waist I use is 7 inches, so I'm going to mark that 7 inches here. Taking the measurement I have from the tip of my triangle to this point, you can see that I have 10.5 inches. So I'm going to mark that around and I'm going to connect it together. Now from that point, I'm going to come down by 14 inches, which is the length of my gown, and I'm going to cut it out. Now let's proceed to cut out the lining, and on the lining, this is where we are going to be sewing the hard net to give us the ball we desire. So what we are going to do is, we already have it on fold here. You are going to further fold it to create your triangle. Here we are not doing the same thing we did on the other one on the waistline. This one we are going to use the 180 formula. Divide what you have on the waistline of your upper bodice by 3.14, and whatever you get, you'll be marking it from the tip of your triangle. So mine is 6.5. I'm just going to mark and cut that, and from that point you're going to mark the length of your lining. Make sure that the length of your lining is about 1 inch shorter than the actual fabric, so that is why I'm marking this at 13 inches. Then I'm going to cut this out. So opening up the lining, you can see that it fits to exactly what we have on the waistline of the upper part. Now I'm going to keep this aside, okay, and then we'll be working on this one here. And I have 3 layers. I had 6 yards, so I just folded the 6 yards and then I cut it step by step. So for the first layer I have 8 inches, second layer I have 8 inches, for the last layer for the third layer I have 9 inches. I ended up using 4 layers, so for the fourth layer I also had 9 inches. What we are going to do here is, we are going to be gathering what we have at the waistline of this lining of this doll face. But before we do that, we are going to fold our net into 2, right? And then we are going to run a loose stitch at the upper part. To the lower part we are going to attach our crinoline. As you can see here, I've attached my crinoline, and at the end you need to make sure you use a masking tape to cover it up so it doesn't cause any discomfort for the child. And I've stitched it down. You can see that I have my net here is 2 to give it more structure. Now you're going to turn your crinoline in like this. I like to use hemming gum to hold it down first before I stitch it down, so you can go ahead and do the same thing. Then this upper part here, we are going to be gathering it. We are going to have like 4 different steps, so you can mark the steps and give about 2-inch difference from each one. Gather it and sew it on your doll face. So I've already gone ahead to do this, and you can see on my steps here. I really apologize that the hemming gum is still showing. I was in a hurry and I didn't have time to start ironing and all of that, but I would advise you, please do not wait to finish sewing before you iron out your hemming gum, because this gave me a lot of stress to melt the hemming gum out of the crinoline. So we'll be attaching this to the upper part, and like I said, make sure you gather the waistline to fit what you have on the upper part. Then go ahead and stitch them together using 1/2 inch seam allowance. After doing that, you can see what I have here. Now the next thing that we are going to do here is to attach the lower part of the lining to the upper part of the lining, and on the lining we are going to attach our hard net like I've done here. So all you need to do is to come down from the waistline by 1.5 inch, and from that point, that is where you are going to start attaching your hard net like I've done here. I have a tutorial on my channel which is more explanatory on this, so you could check that out. I'll put the link in my description box. And after the first layer, you give like 2 inches, create the second layer, third layer, until you get to the length of your dress. For me here, I have just 3 layers. To attach it to the upper part, I'm just going to attach it right side facing each other, and I'm going to stitch it down using 1/2 inch stitching allowance. After stitching this, you can see how full my gown is already looking. Like my gown is balling at this point. Now the next thing we're going to do here, make sure that you hem the lower parts of your doll face, okay? Do not forget to do that. Next thing we'll be doing here is to insert our zipper on the main fabric and then use the lining to turn it. Make sure you open it up like this, place it fabric to fabric, lining to lining. I wasn't able to film this part properly because at this point I was running out of time and I just had to, you know, deliver. Okay, so but I have a tutorial already on my channel that's going to explain this better to you, especially for those of you that don't know how to use your lining to turn your zipper to give an inseam finish. I'll be putting the link down in my description box and also in my comment section, so you can check that out. And that is pretty much just it for this tutorial. Then you go ahead and give this a good press and your ball dress is ready. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Please do let me know in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more tutorials like this. I'll be seeing you guys in my next one.